My attempts to drill through the angle iron, the cast iron, was a complete failure. I'm giving up on that, but I'm not giving up on the axle thing. I have another idea, and yes, it involves welding again. So my welds stuck, they're just weak. They're only stuck on the surface, but I know how to use that. I'm pretty sure the cutoff wheels of my angle grinder will slice right through the cast iron. So I'm going to take a slit and go, Of course, I got to find some metal to work with in this mess. On the thin side, I know my welder works very well with this, but that'll work for that. Also, next check, I think I'm getting a tire tool. I'm taking the tires off here, and I'm getting some inner tubes. I'm putting my other tires on here that still hold air. And these tires are going in the back, and I can run them at low pressure, so this will be a more comfortable ride. And since these ones are more narrow and already have it low enough pressure, they're going in the front. I'll have to swap the bearings out with the other wheels. And I want more narrow wheels in the front because when it's in the mud, it's better for steering. Not only that, most of the weight goes in the back because the pivoting front end. You don't want to have a bunch of weight in the front with the pivoting front end. Totally forgot I put fire tractors in the muffler. I wanted to see if they would go off. It's actually kind of amazing. That tire literally has a huge hole in it and has no ability to hold air at all. See? But I am sitting basically in the corner of this thing. I guess the articulating front end actually balances the weight between the both tires, but I actually can't. This tire's kind of just right being all flat. Well, having very little sleep this weekend, kind of got distracted and wasted a lot of time, but let's see if I can get this done. So my welds had some strength, but not enough to hold the axle together. So what I need to do is make it so the metal's holding the axle together and the welds are just keeping it there. So I'm going to have a piece going this way, and then later I'm going to cut a slit down here and have another piece going the other way. And the welds will hold it in place, but in reality this metal is going to be the bracing. I was going to drill holes and stuff, but I could not get my drill bits to go through this, even with my friend's fancy drill. We're losing light and the rain's picking up. I actually got rain on the camera, but yeah, now I'm going to support it on two axes. A bit thin, the iron, just going to support it up here. But I didn't want to go down the middle because I figured that would just weaken everything. I figured if I meet up here, I might be able to weld against the other piece of angle iron I put in. So that was intentional where I cut it. This is perfect. That is perfectly lining up the piece of angle iron coming out the other side. Which means even if I have a crappy grip to the cast iron, with the thickness of angle iron, I should be able to get a really good bind between the two. Well, I no longer can see what I'm welding through the mask anymore. It is just too dark through it. And rain's picked up pretty good. In fact, the roof is completely soaked. I can see it landing everywhere, and I don't feel that it's too safe to be welding while wet. So, for you guys, I'll be picking this up in a few seconds. For me, I'll be picking this up in probably a week, unless I manage to feel like it after a day of work. Alright, so I got that piece of angle iron that's going through the thing here, and that supports it from one axis. And then I cut back. I shoved another piece through here, and then I cut this back and welded it so there's actually angle iron to angle iron connection. I can limp home, so. Well, I got two tractors that can make it up to the trail at the same time now. Neither one of them's dinky. Who would have thought? Well, at least Dinky's wheels, stock wheels are there.